Einstein is 30 years old. She'll be turning 31 in April. She's been here at the zoo for 26 years. She came to us when she was 5 years old. She came to us from a breeder out in California, already knowing how to mimic a lot of sounds. And what the original trainers did was just to try and get those sounds on cue, so that they could come out and ask her to do those sounds for our zoo guest in the show. She's able to come out here and play this role as ambassador. So maybe people have never heard of African Greys before. They come down and see a show. They see how much fun it is for her to interact with her trainers on stage, and that social aspect and the amazing talent that she has with mimicking sounds. And people tend to notice that and care about that. And then it allows us to kind of talk about African Greys out in the wild, which are now an endangered species. So this year we're going to be raising funds for the World Parrot Trust. We've raised funds for them in the past as well, but this year we're also going to raise funds not only for the blue-throated macaws, which we've kind of focused on in years past, but we're also going to focus on, in addition to that, African gray parrots. So the funds that we raise at the end of each show, when the kids get to hand the dollar to our parrots, all that money is going to go to the World Parrot Trust that'll then send it to the Save the Greys Fund to help out with this endangered species. It's quite entertaining, but then can also be challenging, Everything that we do, we want to do based off of voluntary behaviors. So we don't want to force her to step up. We don't want to force her to go back into her enclosure. Learning to interact with her in that way, learning to be like, all right, would you like to step up? And then she gets a reinforcer for that. She's choosing to step up. So sometimes it can be challenging. It can also be challenging not only with the training that we do, but with providing her with a healthy diet. So she would love to just eat sunflower seeds and peanuts all day, but that's not healthy for her. She needs fresh fruits and vegetables. So every morning we start preparing those fruits and vegetables, chopping up broccoli and apples and grapes and sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes are good. They contain vitamin A. It's very good for these birds and their feather growth. And then also making sure that she has enough enrichment throughout the day. Enrichment can be training sessions with her trainers. It can be things in her enclosure, toys in her enclosure that she can interact and play with. And so every day we're challenged with being able to provide enough enrichment, enough attention for this bird. Don't get me wrong, it can be a lot of fun, but it's also a lot of hard work. Will come out and she leans towards the microphone. She knows what that microphone means, that when she makes her sounds, it's going to echo throughout the amphitheater. So it's possible that she likes the sound of her own voice, or maybe she just knows that speaking into the microphone is what gets her treats, her reinforcers. These parrots are also social animals. They live in large flocks out in the wild. So she may also enjoy that interaction that we have between us. She likes to be a little mischievous. We have people come and visit from all around the world just to see this one bird in our show. When we hire new trainers or hire new volunteers, a lot of these people have heard of Einstein before. So it's kind of neat and cool that they get excited over not only just a species that they get to work with, but an individual.